So breakfalls are ways of protecting yourself when you're falling, and we have them in 4 directions: backwards, sideways, and forwards. Sideways being each direction, left and right. So if I want to do a breakfall backwards, I start off really simply. I'm just going to start sitting down, and I'm going to cross my arms. Just doesn't really help you, but it keeps you from doing this. I call this a break hands, because if you fall and land like that, that's when people break their wrists, break their forearms. So I'm going to start crossed. I'm going to tuck my head, and I'm going to round out my back. So I push my gut, my diaphragm, my ribs backwards so my back is rounded. I'm going to roll backwards, smack the ground. I want to smack down. If I smack up, my head is going to want to come up. One of my primary goals is protecting my head. So I want to smack down to transfer the force into my hands and arms instead of into my back and neck and head. So here, tuck, roll, smack. Another thing you can try is rocking chairs, just to get that motion. So you round out your back and then just roll back and forth. That's the basic shape of your body you want when you're doing it. Once I get it from seated, I can go to squatting. And again, I tuck my head, I round out my back, I cross my arms, and I'm going to push backwards, roll, smack down. I want to make sure my feet stay extended this way, because if my feet go over my head, again, it's going to drive my head into the ground. So when I fall, I make sure my feet go that way. When I want to go to standing, I can just start really slow, cross, round, drop to the squat, and from there just push backwards and fall. And if I want to do it fast, I just imagine someone pulled a rug out from under me and do the fall. So that's backwards breakfall. Most common one. Every time in class, when we sit down and do a backwards breakfall. Side breakfall. Again, I can start sitting down, and if I go to the left, the basic way is I just think of picking my foot up. I reach out like I'm trying to grab my toes and I can't quite reach, and then I fall over to my side, still trying to grab my foot. My other foot is on the ground, and I'm on the whole side of my leg and arm and ribs, so I'm breaking the fall mostly with my arm and leg. This is most commonly done if someone throws you. So if someone does a judo throw and throws me and they still have my arm, they throw me to the ground, I'm going to break my fall. This foot is still anchored so that I can do things like pivot to face the person that just threw me. So again, basic motion, lift the foot up, try and reach it, fall over to the side, smack the ground. You want to try and have your arm and leg parallel. In real life, this will probably never happen. It can be anywhere out here, depending on how you got thrown and how tall they were, and a bunch of other factors. But for practice, you want to practice here, just so you're trying to hit with both at the same time. Once I have that, I can go to a squat. I'm going to try and do the same thing. I'm going to kick my foot up, reach towards it, and then fall to the side. So I kick my foot up, and then fall to the side. From standing, I can start it like a backwards breakfall. So from standing, I can start like a backwards breakfall. Start squatting, pick up your leg, throw it to the side, and grab it. Right side, everything is the same. Up, fall, squatting, standing. No difference, just mirror imaged. Forward breakfall. This is the most difficult for most people. And even doing it correctly is the one that's probably the most painful. Usually if I do this, if I do it once, on almost any surface I'm okay. The second time I tend to get whiplash. So even if you know it really well, it's not great. You'd usually rather do a forward roll, but there's circumstances where you can't, so it's good to know. I'm going to start off, I'm going to make 2 triangles. One is the one I look through. The second one is the one I'm going to land on, elbows to fingertips on both sides. So 1 triangle, 2 triangle. I just fall forward, smack the ground. Depending on the surface I'm falling on, I might want to do palms, I might want to do fists. It doesn't really matter. You can just experiment and see what you're landing on and how you want to hit. But as long as I've got this base and my head is in the right spot. If my head is over the triangle, I extend past and my chin goes towards the ground. If my head is under, then I can lose support and I can bounce my forehead off the ground. So I'm gonna be looking through. Once I have that, which usually isn't too hard, I'm gonna go to squatting. And the easiest way to start learning this is already have your base already almost on the ground. Then you're gonna jump and shoot your feet out to make the third triangle, which is my whole body. So I've got a third triangle, fingertips to the balls of my feet on both sides. So 1, 2, 3 triangles. Again, from squatting, I can get low, hop up, shoot my feet out, trying to hit my hips or knees. I don't want to break either of those. I'd rather break my arms if I have to break something. From standing, easiest way is again, drop to a squat, and just in a fluid motion, hop and fall.